All right, everyone, we are on a solo road trip. First stop in the area of this Brookfield Orchard. As you can see, we are in Massachusetts, and yeah, we got an orchard here. So yeah, we're on a solo road trip, hoping to do some detecting, not at the orchard, but a field next door. So stay tuned, we got 2+ days. All right, guys, first coin of the trip, 67 nickel. Got a lot of trash so far. Keep on going. All right, nickel number 2, at least it's on the 50s, so we're going backwards. Got 10 cents on the trip. All right, we're in the second field, and here's my oldest find so far. Some sort of like garter clip, garter snap. All right, buckle, not terribly old, I don't think, but it's a target. All right, guys, there it is, first silver of the trip. It rang up really high using the Manicore, but yeah, we'll take it. Just a rosy, but silver, silver, silver. All right, if you see that right there, there's a green rim. Stay tuned. All right, there it is. We'll be back. All right, you guys, you see that facing to the right? We believe this is a drape bust, late 1700s, early 1800s. Yeah, you can definitely see the bust. She's definitely facing to the right. Oldest US. There's 1 cent. All right, everyone, welcome back to another video. Apologies for the delay in content and stuff like that. This video was filmed about a month and a half ago. I try and do a couple solo road trips a year for metal detecting. It's been a while. It's been a while since I was able to do it, but this time I was able to put together one, and I went to central Massachusetts, mainly in the Worcester area. And this is part 1. There'll be a part 2, day 1 and day 2 of detecting. So day 1 we went up to, it was a apple orchard area, so we did some some fields around the apple orchard. So first things first, if you're in the Brookfield, Mass area, check out the Brookfield apple orchard there. So yeah, thanks to them and all that. But anyways, on to the wrap up here. In total, just a quick interesting couple facts. In total, I walked about 15 miles, about 35,000 steps, and drove just over 360 miles. So the car that I drove in is my car. I used to rent a car and do these trips, but I finally got a car last summer, and did a little work done and was able to do this road trip, no problems. But yeah, let's get to the finds. Nothing too crazy. Well, yeah, I guess there is a lot of crazy, one crazy, but not too crazy, like abundance of finds. But here's the clad. Got a nickel, 2 nickels, a penny, and a dime, just modern stuff. 2 buckles or something like that. This is like an underwear, or I don't know, a bra or something like that. Nothing crazy, but yeah, just buckles. And then the highlights of the trip. My goal of the trip, I wanted to find an old copper coin, a silver coin, and a button. So next video you will see the 2 buttons that I did find. But I was able to check off an old copper coin and a silver coin. And this coin is a bucket lister, so we will end with that. But this is a 1946 Roosevelt dime, and you can see how the difference between a clad dime and a silver dime. So this one is 90% silver, and you can see the difference just coming out of the ground. Much shinier. This is the first year of the Roosevelt dime that was minted. They are still minted today, but the last year of silver, 90% silver, was 1964. So first year Roosevelt, 90% silver, so that checks off the silver coin find. And then the find of the trip, find a bucket lister. You see right there, you can see Lady Liberty facing to the right. Her nose is right there, her mouth, hair, and it would say you can see it says 1 cent. So that helped narrow it down and identify what it was. There were a couple ideas of what it could be, but this is what is known as a draped bust large cent. It comes after the Liberty cap. But this is a draped bust large cent, minted from 1796 to 1807. So this is my oldest US coin, my first draped bust ever. So yeah, like I said, a bucket lister, a coin I never found, and also my oldest US coin, minted coin. So we're creeping back into colonial times. I do have a King George penny or half penny. You can go back, I think it's on video there, you can see that. But yeah, this is my oldest US coin. So good stuff, amazing so far, part one. Big shout out to RG. Thank you for the hospitality, taking me around for day one and day two. And I might shoot you a message. Like I said, I do want to do maybe one more before it gets cold. It is fall is upon us now. It is cool, leaves are changing, so great stuff. Looking forward to the weather. But yeah, I would like to do at least one more trip before the ground starts to freeze and before the weather gets way too cold. I do want to show you the trash. I'm going to show this also in part two. But yeah, just it's not all treasure. It's mainly trash. But yeah, it's worth it for finds like these. But as always, thanks for watching. Some of the finds that I find metal detecting, bottle digging, end up on my Etsy store, so a link will be down below. Excuse me, down below. And also, if you need a sand scoop, a shovel, stuff like that, there's also a link for CKG. Check out the link for that. Apologize for the rush hour traffic here in the Northeast. And as always, when you're out there, please, please, please pick up some trash. Beep, beep.